There comes a point in every long war when the pictures begin to look the same. Smoke rising in endless columns, buildings collapsing into dust, families running with nothing, children left starving. Gaza has given the world these images 1,000 times over. The latest episode, as you know, began on October 7, 2023. That's when Hamas attacked Israel. It was nearly 2 years ago. And now, as another October 7th approaches, the world has grown numb. It has learned to scroll past the suffering. But the war is not over. In fact, today Israel has launched yet another ground offensive in Gaza. It's a full-scale invasion of Gaza City. This city is the largest in Gaza, and Israel wants full control over it. It says Gaza City is Hamas's last major stronghold, so to end the war, Israel must control the city. Last night, they began ramping up their military operations. There's been aerial bombardment. High rises have been reduced to rubble, and Gazans have been left with no other options. They are once again forced to flee. But here is where the story takes a darker turn. This is not your typical war, if there is such a thing. This is much worse. A United Nations Commission has released a report. It says Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. Not war crimes, not excessive force, but genocide. This is the most authoritative UN report to date. It has 72 pages of evidence. They list 4 acts of genocide: the killing of Palestinians, the serious bodily and mental harm, the deliberate acts of destruction, and the measures to prevent births in Gaza. This UN report also names Israeli leaders, the likes of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and President Isaac Herzog.
Genocide is occurring in Gaza. We haven't gone into Palestine yet. We will, because this is a permanent commission. And we named the 3 individuals that we felt were responsible. And we said, and the one is the Prime Minister, the other the President, and the third is the former Minister of Defense. And we said that since they acted as agents of the state, then the state of Israel is responsible.
Israel, of course, denies all of it. The Foreign Ministry has called the UN report, and I'm quoting, distorted and false. It says the Commission is relying on Hamas propaganda. It calls for the entire body to be abolished, and this is not new. For years, Israel has accused the Human Rights Council of bias, so it only sees this latest UN report as more proof of that bias.
Israel categorically rejects the libelous rant published today by this Commission of Inquiry. It spreads the malicious genocide narrative. The report diverges from the mandate of the Commission, yet again stressing their biased analysis.
But outside Israel, the word is spreading, and that word is genocide. Israel is being accused of a genocide. US senators are saying it. Genocide scholars are saying it. Israeli human rights groups are saying it, and many countries are hinting at it. South Africa, for instance, has taken Israel to the International Court of Justice, and now even the United Nations is calling it a genocide. So the taboo is broken. And here is the irony. This is a country born in the shadow of genocide. It is now being accused of committing one. Israel is being branded with a very crime it was meant to outlive. Meanwhile, more and more nations have decided to recognize Palestine. On the 22nd of September, France and Saudi Arabia will co-chair a conference in New York. This is to push for the 2-state solution. One state for Israelis and another for Palestinians. That's the two-state solution. Israel is, of course, against it. But now the pressure is building. You could say Israel is paying the price for its seemingly endless offensive. When the October 7th attacks happened, the world rallied behind Israel. It pushed for justice. It rushed to support the country. But now Israel is more isolated than ever because Netanyahu refuses to end the war and he seems prepared for the consequences. He says Israel faces a kind of isolation that could last for years.
So, have they achieved global isolation? No. The United States is with us, as are many other countries. But we currently have a focus problem in Western Europe, and we are acting and will continue to act to lift this siege. Just as we succeeded with the military siege, we will also succeed with the diplomatic siege.
So Netanyahu is confident that Israel will overcome this. But here's the problem. Wars leave rubble and graves. They also leave words, words that cling to them long after the fighting stops. Vietnam had quagmire. Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. Gaza now has genocide. This is not just about boycotts or sanctions. This is about history, about how the war is recorded and how it is remembered. So the question is no longer just about who wins on the ground. It's about who survives in memory. Because bombs can destroy buildings, but words can condemn generations. Today, that word is genocide. It will appear in court filings, in human rights reports, and in textbooks yet to be written. Israel says it can outlast the siege. It can outfight its enemies. But this is the war it cannot escape, a war over its place in history.